Good morning, YouTube. How are you? I hope you're good. I hope you're awesome, everyone. My name is Endo Miller, and today on Talk, we're gonna talk about a motivation. And I have a lot of very interesting people here, very motivated people that want to talk about it. Jefferson, can you introduce yourself, please?
Okay, my friend. Good morning, guys. I'm Jefferson. I live in Goiânia, Goiás. I'm economist, professor of Catholic University of Goiás. It's a pleasure to be here today. Talk about motivating employees for high performance. Oh my gosh.
Performance.
Performance.
Well, guys that are watching us right now, I have a lot of questions here, but focused on business. But however, I will ask some personal question. I think will be nice. Jefferson, can you tell us or tell me the way you have to get yourself motivated? The best way in your case,
sure.
as professor, yes, no.
I think the first thing, you must have clear goal settings. It's very important as a professional, and even as I work with business consultants. It's very important. You should set clear and specific goals for everything that you do. And I do this every day because I have direction, I have purpose. I know what I need to do. And I understand the goods and bad things of the reality, the pros and the cons of the reality. And I have a lot of efforts to contribute to change all of this and to be a success. I don't know this expression, but I'm a success guy. I don't like, this is coach, oh my gosh.
Okay,
it's like Felipe
nice.
Suarez. Philip,
yeah, it's not coach because you have done it. Like, you have done it, so it's real. It's based on facts. Totally. So that's very nice. Thanks a lot, Jefferson. Guys, we have here also Ricardo. Can you introduce yourself, Ricardo, please?
Hi, guys. I'm sorry for my late. I received a phone call at the same time. Well, Ricardo, I live at São Vicente. I work on a telecommunications company as a kind of IT analyst. In the past, is a telecommunication, but nowadays it's IT or something correlated. I'm married. I have a daughter. I love watching movies and hang out with my friends and family. And I love Jefferson's t-shirt too. Yeah.
Villa. Oh yeah, awesome.
Really
awesome.
nice.
I have my shirt of Villa. That so Ricardo, the first question is what you have done to maintain yourself motivated? It's more open question. Motivated to learn English, motivated to work every single day. And
well, I believe that's well, there are people that's I became a little well, I love these people they have so much passion about a specific situation, for example, arts, or for example, Jefferson is tell a lot of things about the economy and how much passion he have for this accent. But in my opinion, I don't know. Sometimes I watch or notice it, an artist like how do you say the name of this guy? What? Well, is a Brazilian, but he lived on United States. Romero Brito. In 2012, we received $80 million in 2012. I believe that he had received so much money, and nowadays much more, certainly. Oh, but let's how do you consider that Romero received $80 million by year since 2012? So in this case, they received almost $1 billion. So it's so huge quantity of money. So in this case, I believe that this guy, for example, don't have more this necessity money, certainly, because it's almost $1 billion, not reais, because $1 billion is much money, but United States, $1 million is enough to live maybe for all life, because the cost of life is different from United States. So in this case, I believe that's nowadays probably Romero Brito is just working by love. So in my opinion, the most part of the mortals, the most part of the people have persistence, or how do you say? I'm consider myself is a resignated guy. I have to do so. In this case, I do, and it's necessary to continue studying, continue try to do different situations to keep it motivated. Sometimes the fear of is a kind of motivation. Oh, if you stop and freeze my studies, probably I lost my job in a couple of years, particularly in my sector, because, well, nowadays every kind of job is necessary. You keep updating, but maybe my sector is the worst one, because they the guys create new softwares and gadgets not every month but every hour. So hard to keep updated. So in this case, I try to do the things. I'm not study so much, but around the 50 hours by week. Well, depends on the person. 50 hours could be a lot of time, but for other people, not so much. But I believe that I consider 50 hours is enough to keep up to date and conciliate my personal life and my job is keep the balance. The best way to continue living. So that's it.
Okay, nice. Well, I will tell about me. Actually, one thing that really get me excited and maintain me motivated is this kind of conversation, because here I can practice I can test my thoughts. I can practice some interactions. Also, it's something that is have how can I explain, but have helped me, and I can help other people. I can understand how the people are developing their skills. So this for me, advanced skills. So for me, this is really interesting because I'm learning about the learning process, and this is really interesting. And connected with this answer, I would like to know from Jeff, what is the biggest fear that you have faced with your students in terms of getting themselves motivated and with the business that you have working on? The fear of the students and the business, like the difference and so on. Okay.
Okay, I think the first one is to put on the guys confidence
Wow.
about everything, and to be open and transparent about communication about everything. I think communication is vital for motivating students. Sometimes I have very good students, but very shy. And I used to say, if you know what are you doing, you must communicate it well. So I feel very comfortable about effective communication, about the feedbacks of the students. I think this is a good guidance, to be a good professor. Maybe I feel comfortable to see. I'm thinking that I'm a good professor. I was talking with the student today about this, and I feel very proud about this. And what else? I think another thing is to be continuous learning and development. I support the students. I support the businessmen to grow and to provide opportunities. I think it's very important to provide opportunity for skills development. And I think with this, I enhance capabilities to demonstrate that it's very interesting for the students and for the businessmen to think long term. I think success is a long-term fight. You must fight every day to have a long-term success. I think that's it.
Yeah, I think you have acting as a mentor, something like that as well, like a professor and mentor, or not? Do you consider yourself a mentor?
Yeah, more a mentor than a professor today.
Wow.
But
Yeah, I think, and I
I
think it's
use
more.
all the time in my class cell phones and laptop all the time asking
Wow.
questions. When the students, you sometimes they searching for something like TikTok, and I used to say, come on, let's talk about the stock exchange and now the economy and about the inflation, something like this. Can you search for us and say, what about this? And even ChatGPT,
Yeah.
I use in my class today.
Jeff, in my first class as a professor, I asked the students, do you know about ChatGPT? Half of them didn't know. And today the first class will be about ChatGPT. Open your notebook and your computer, and you turn on your computer, and let's work on the ChatGPT, like learn how to work on, because will be necessary in the future, not in the future, right now. So this is very interesting what you said, because I think it's really important to be a mentor right now, because we have a lot of information spread, and you can use the TikTok, you can use the Google, you can use, but the people don't know how to concatenate the information, how to organize the information. So I think in how to look themselves as a potential professional. And I think the mentor can, look that person and say, oh, I see your future if you do this or do that, what you can achieve in long term. So this is really nice, really nice. Well, I would ask Ricardo, but he is solving some problems. So let me see other question here. No, Ricardo is back.
Ricardo is back.
Ricardo is
Sorry.
back.
Ricardo, all the time work. Come on.
Stop
I
working,
received a
please.
phone call.
Stop
I
work.
received
You
my
must have
door.
a break here,
A
Ricardo.
doorbell's ring, and so the
Okay.
question number 2, or
No, I created the question. It's not
Okay.
we are not
Okay.
following this question.
no problem.
The question for you will be, what is the problem that you have faced in your work environment about motivation, that you see your coworkers like, oh, I think they do not feel motivated? The main reason, can you explain us?
CVV, Ricardo.
Well, I'm a lucky guy because my company is one of the best to work. They create a so good environment. For example, there are happy hours on Friday, and the company provide beer. That's I don't know another company. It's just a few, and the other things they provide a lot of different, and normally my company respect the employees and the other things also, because when you tell about the main reason or the main point is a little difficult, because each person have their own personality. So sometimes I think in the same way, and the other person think the different way. Is normal, but I believe that the communication is the most problematic thing on companies, because sometimes it's necessary the guys have a good good way to communicate with the employees, because sometimes the guys create the employees create some news about specific things. Oh, there are some problems. You have a lot of people will fire. You'll be fired, so something like that. So in this case, not exactly this point, but any kind of point is necessary to create a good line to communication, because the people, the employees, when the employees receive all information about your company, is much better to reduce this thing, these gossips or other things. So right now I could think and tell about this point. And the most part, the research is telling about the projects. Communication is the most problem in any kind of project. According the PMI, and the I studied. I made a master business administration on PMI and project management, and the guys tell about this situation. The communications, the most problem in each count of problem is the most one.
Wow, I didn't know about it. Yeah, this kind of thing like PMI, it's so interesting, because it's something that I think should be common and obvious, but actually the people do not think about it. And for example, I've studied a lot project management. of studying this kind of thing, and I saw a lot of points that I started to. I already thought before, but nowadays I'm thinking about structure. Like this is fundamental, crucial. This is really important. The communication to be, concise, to be direct, to be clear, to express yourself in a good manner. So this is nice. And I'm thinking other thing about my answer about the question is I've seen a lot of students without perspective, like, for example, in a university, only because I need a certification. Like without thinking about the professional line, without thinking about the long term that like Jefferson says, the long-term project of life, the long-term professional project. And this is really something that I think make the people do not feel motivated to pursue the things. But it's my point, my perception. Do you want to add something, Jefferson? Feel free if you want.
Unfortunately, you have a lot of guys only to think about certificated, and I think it's not so good. But as a professional, I try to do my best. I try to offer opportunities for students to learn, to grow, to advance in your career, and to prepare the students for the world. It's not so easy today. I used to say to him every day, it's a competition. If you are good at, you're okay. You'll be a good economist. But if you haven't effort to do this, sorry.
The point is, if and if you are a good economist, and if you are a good person, the challenge is so hard that you have to be aware about your energy. I think that's it. Like because if the people I know a lot of people that have working a lot and putting a lot of effort on things, but for them it's very hard. Imagine for the people, imagine the people that don't do anything, for example. So this is something that we need to instigate on students. And I totally agree with you that you need to reinforce every single day, reinforce the point. No, you need to pay attention on your energy, focus on your long-term project, thinking about yourself, doing the things, building the thing, building your project, and so on. Let me see a question here just to shape this conversation. Well, the question number 8 is, what are the potential pitfalls or challenges in motivate a diverse workforce? And how can business overcome them? Here we're talking about business, but you can talk about what you want, okay? Ricardo, you can start, please.
Well, it's so hard because a diverse workforce. I believe that I could try to be a democratic person and made a research and promoted to that's the option that is receive more votes, and try to talk with your team and try to discover the things that's possible to create or develop to try to motivate these people. I believe that is, well, certainly the companies could promote some actions could promote this motivation, but I believe that essentially motivation is about us. It's about the own persons. It's not possible to motivate some person that this person don't want to be motivated, so it's not possible to do things like that. But I believe there are some circumstances, for example, try to create guidelines to, for example, got more higher positions and more money. I believe that is necessary to let clearly the way to get these opportunities in each company. So in any kind of company is necessary. The people have to know how to get these positions. So it's clear for everyone. Oh, if you want to get a specific position, it's necessary to do these things. It's one of the best ways to motivate people, because certainly there are a lot of people, oh, that's enough for me, I receive enough money, I wanted to be stay in the same position. So it's hard to let everyone motivated, because, well, each person is a specific world, you know, of possibilities. So for a specific guy, this guy have a lot of, how do you say, not ganância, is different term. I forgot the name in Portuguese, so in this case it's difficult to tell in English. So I believe that there are some people that, oh, I wanted to be a president, I want to be a CEO, and oh, I wait for more than a month and I don't get the CEO position. So, but you know, the guys are, take it easy, man. Maybe someday, after 20 years, I could move a little. I believe that's it.
Yeah, and this is really interesting because you told you told us a very interesting topic that is especially because it's not, imagine that you wait to be motivated every single day. It's not possible. Every single day. Oh, I'm very, uplift energy. Oh, wow. No, because sometimes we have boring things to do. In the boring thing, the name, you can say it's boring, like it's very mechanical, and you need to, it demands energy, demands force, and you need to do the thing that's very mechanical and obvious.
Exactly. I'm a people that normally I use it to wake up happy. Is the best part of the day for me, and sometimes I arrive at a specific place singing or so exhausted, so how do you say, excited, and the people complain a lot. So in this case, I believe that how do you there are different persons. For example, I have an ex-boss. I used to make jokes about it. He arrived at the office like a white animal, and they just became a human around the 11 o'clock. So it's so in this case is necessary to understand and respect the people. So each person have their own personality.
This is important.
Yeah.
Jefferson, how about
it's
you?
called animal spirit. Animal spirit.
In the morning, state of the morning.
Exactly.
How about you, Jefferson? How can business create an environment? Oh no, is the question number 8. What are the potential pitfalls or challenge in motivating a diverse workforce? In your case, diverse student or a group of students?
Yeah, I love the diverse workforce. It's very interesting. In my case, I try to cultivate, to motivate the students to have a inclusive work environment. It's very important.
Perfect.
And to feel valid, to feel respected, to feel supported. I try to do all of this. And today I think it's very important too, you encourage collaboration, because you must to work with not alone individual, but with a lot of guys. And I think this is very good to promote a balance about this. You can and emphasize something very curious. Sometimes you have as I said, a guy very shy, but when you work in groups, it's very important. I think it's very important because they used to get confidence about this. And I think the other thing is very important too. As a professor, I used to say this every day. You must motivate, but you must recognize too. The student love one grade. Oh, come on, teacher. I must have 1 point in my score, in my grade. No problem. You need to recognize. And just to finish, the other thing for me, it's very important, is to celebrate. You must celebrate the student. When the student that he knew something very special, that he solved a problem, it's so amazing. So amazing.
Wow.
I
Very
feel
nice.
very
Very
comfortable,
nice.
yeah.
Yeah. Actually, this is so powerful because even us, you know, talking about ourselves, like we do not recognize when we do a good thing. And this is a problem of, or, you know, like, how can I say, we start to lose the energy to conclude things like, oh, it's boring, or it's the same thing every single time. But I know that how important it is for a lot of people to, you know, celebrate the small things, like, you know, you done that thing. Yeah, it's awesome. You can do more, and you can do more, try do more. Because I was thinking here about the shy student that Jefferson was saying. When I was a teenager, I used to be a shy person, very shy. And I consider myself shy today. But I have other skills that I can, you know, do. And I think between the motivation and the people, the person, we have this fear, the fear. For example, here on Talk and Talk, sometimes I saw more than one time that sometimes the people do not appear to the conversation here, and just one people or just one person appear. But when they pay attention that it's only me and, you know, the people, they left in at the same moment, like, you know, run, like with shy and fear, to talk one-on-one, to have a one-on-one conversation, because they feel comfortable in group and so on. But I imagine that I have some people that, you know, with fear, talk to me. Okay, we had a conversation. And after the conversation, the people start to feel excited. Like, oh my God, I got that thing. Oh, one-on-one conversation it was good, was very interesting. I learned a lot and so on. So, you know, between this both sides, we had the fear. And when we overcome the fear, you know, the people start to, oh my God, I can do it. I can do it. It's possible. This is my experience here on Talk and Talk.
Yes, I think because I think the guys felt empowered. You put
Totally.
empowerment on that guys, maybe.
Totally. Jeff, you know, I'm especially here in this conversation, I was paying attention that this name business, the people are afraid to talk about business, like, you know, And I think I will, this conversation, I think will be the last conversation about business. In the next week, I will bring topics more general, because the people do not engage talking about business, and they do not imagine how important it is, like talking about communication, sharpening your profile, sharpening your professional skills. I would like to talk more about it, but I feel that the people not engaged during the learning process, like in learning English, talking about more serious maybe topics. So I will change again and talking about general things, like I don't know. I will think. I will think, and I'm accepting suggestion. Okay.
Yeah, sometimes the guys used to say when you talk about business only to earn money, and not that's not the reality. That's not the reality.
Yeah. Then
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, perfect. Perfect. You said everything. Perfect. Let me see here. Okay. Okay. Based on the question number 3, I think I will just ask short of this question. How can we trigger the sense of purpose on the people? Sense of purpose on the people. Ricardo, please.
I don't know. Is about number 9. Huh? That's
Actually, is number 3. How
3.
can we trigger the sense of purpose? Just part of it. How can we develop the sense of purpose on the people?
One more time is about the each person. Is difficult to create this kind of things. I believe that the companies or the bosses have to do some situations is considered like the minimal. Oh, it's necessary a good environment. It's necessary to create opportunities to people receiving information. For example, in my company, they provide some programs to receive money to pay some courses and other things, but not so much, not so many people, many persons have interest in this thing. So I believe that situations like happy hour and other things try to create a good environment in the some people I have to go to the office is so annoying or something. So in this case, when you create a good environment, these things could promote good results, because the people feel well about working in an office, for example, or in their own house too. I receive good tools to produce a good work. So, but more than a certain limit is not possible to have good results, or maybe there is a limit, because the most part of this situation is about yourselves. So, okay, there are some people is interesting in keep up to date and do a lot of courses. That's okay. So in this case, I consider provide these situations for these guys. That's okay. But if you try to provide a situation for all company, is sound like a utopia or something like that.
Yeah, I'm thinking here about what you said, that really, really funny because the sense of purpose, in my opinion, I was listening a podcast about the philosophy of the theater, and for example, personality. What is personality? Personality basically is a character that you believe that you are. I'm a shy person. For example, tomorrow I can wake up.
Okay.
Today I won't be a shy person. Today I will be and a politician that today I will be fun, or today I will make jokes without thinking about the people, the feedback, and so on.
Okay.
So I know my perception, I feel that there are some people that can face the purpose as I born to do that thing, and I will put all my force, all my energy on it, on that kind of thing, and helping people, and save kids or purpose of life. So this is, I think, and I will, in the next week, we're going to talk about this philosophy. I will try to bring some, because, the perspective of the philosophy of theater is like the life is like a stage. The life is like a stage. And we need to prepare ourselves to act, that character that we choose. Like, prepare yourself, like, before to start this conversation, generally I take 30 minutes before to prepare my energy to talk to you, to talk to the people, and to run this conversation. So I have preparing myself on that kind of thing, and believing that I'm this character, like I'm saying right now. Sometimes I'm fun, sometimes I'm not fun, sometimes I'm happy, sometimes I'm not happy. And sometimes I want to instigate the people. Sometimes I'm more serious, and okay, I know that I can change. But that's it. I'm just wondering here, just philosophing with my. And in I think in the next week, I will bring this conversation, because it's more something that I like. That's philosophy, and I think we can engage more people talking about it. Okay, but I would like to hear from Jefferson. How can we, Jefferson, trigger the sense of purpose on people, like, that feel, understand this perspective about life, like, for example, I raised in a poor family, and now I work a lot. I will work a lot to reach the things that I can change the history of my family, for example. One example.
I have the same strategy with my students. I talk about my life. A very poor guy, that born in Bairro Popular in Goiânia. A very poor.
Yeah. Bairro Popular.
A lot of prejudice from the guys that lived there. I don't know, Ricardo in Santos, must to have something like this. Can you imagine you born there? You can be a successful man from Bairro Popular. It's impossible. It's like, I think, Taquarão, I don't know, near in São Paulo. I don't know the name. I forget the name. No matter about this. But I use this all the time. You must have purpose in your life. You must to achieve in your goals. You must to fight for it, and not to think, okay, God, it's okay, thanks God, but it's not just the hands of God, but you try to change yourself. And I try to do this. I appreciate it all the time, the contributions of my students, the achievement. I try to recognize the advances, the exception, sometimes exceptional performance of some students, something amazing, something amazing. And as I said, you must to have reward with grades in a businessman. I think you must to have reward with money talks, reward about money. And what else? About the student, about publicly praised or certificated. They participate in Congress. I think it's very nice. I try to go with them or to participate with them. Something very amazing. I love this kind of thing. When you publish an article with the students and go to a conference call, something like this. So I think this is the trigger. The trigger. You must put all the time in the students that you have the power to transform the reality. Even you are a poor guy with no money, and I have a lot of students. I teach as a professor. I teach in a private university, and I have a lot of guys no money even to pay the installment, to pay the bills, the invoices, and I try to show to him the importance of to be good at and to study. The only way to be a successful man is to study. I don't know another way.
Yeah, this is amazing because it's like you're not only talking about the possibility of the professional life, the life itself, but also to conduct the student to that script, like you have done, like partnering on publishing works, research with them, showing them, oh, you can do this, you can do that, you can go in that subject in depth to work more about this economic subject. So this is really nice. I have a lot of people that was, I think it was not was, I consider that they are my teacher, they are my professor that guided me, you know. And the sense of purpose that I have nowadays, not because when I was a teenager I had, but was built, like, you know, year by year with the people that I know in the past. So for me, I consider this is really interesting because nowadays I have possibility to do different things. So I do the things. I put my energy on it. Here is one space that I can do. My class is other space that I can do. I have published, I have teaching. I will actually teach in graduate university as a collaborator. And I'm trying to bring other perspectives about the geology, about the geoscience. So this is amazing. And I hope we can have more people like you, Jeff, like, you know, can help more students, like the people that my professor helped me in the past. So this is really something that I consider, you know, crucial, important. Do you want to add something, Ricardo?
Well, I believe that sometimes a specific person like Jefferson, I have some teachers that causing some changes on me and inspire me for reach some goals. Well, it's important, and but is, I don't know, is sometimes is you try to do the best job, the best work, and but there's another things, something special, and I don't know, think like a spiritual or something like that. You could, this guy have a kind of ability, and when this guy are talking or made a class or something like that, is could transmit some will or some attitude, and there are just a few people like that, but it's so special. I remember a French teacher is called Roberto, and he can, how do you say, he can incentivate me. We can tell words that reach my heart and can move on and study more. But I don't know. Sometimes I watch some people and they are good and they have a good spirit, good create a good lessons or something. But I don't know what happened. Don't produce enough power on side of you and side of us, and so I don't know. But well, sometimes, as I told you, it's necessary to do the things that is necessary and tell about the things necessary. Oh, create environments, tell about news, tell about a lot of situations. Oh, it's necessary to study hard to reach a good position, provide good things, good education for your families. I believe that's it for today.
Okay, yeah, we need to have this kind of people that can motivate more people and to, I think, bring this perspective, different perspective, not, as you and Jefferson was saying, the diversity, like thinking in other possibilities. For example, I'm a Black man, so I have reading about it, or particularity of these people, that or additional problems that we can working on. So this, I think, this is important. But the more people we have to discuss it, more will be better the society, as a good community of living. Guys, thanks a lot for this conversation. This is the last conversation about business. And the next, I will bring a general topic. So if you are watching us on YouTube, you can attend this meeting to talk about, not about business, but talking about things that is fun, maybe, and more to have fun and more relaxing topics, not about business, not about money. If you want to talk about money, no problem as well. Jefferson, do you have a suggestion to the next week?
Empowerment and autonomy. How can
Perfect.
you compare these?
Okay, yeah. We'll be that. Empowerment
And autonomy.
and autonomy. Will
How
be
to
that kind of
compare.
thing. Okay. Will be this topic in the next week. Thanks a lot, Ricardo. Thanks a lot, Jefferson.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of your
And
day and see
Jefferson.
you in the next week. Okay?
Okay,
Thanks a
bye
lot,
bye. Take
guys.
care.